live an Elizabeth crown, yeah. Things will be better. Up, Mr. Step or elevator. No matter what the time or the weather. Fly with the eagle and we sing like a bird.
Welcome back, PES fans, and is this an enticing quarter-final lineup or not? If the Brazilians fear Mykle, Kostas Mitroglou, then they should. 7 goals to his name. Obligatory shout out to Matt Lackerburn. If you want your name to appear, then even pledging just £1 a month shall see you credited as a Patreon supporter and ensures more videos per week on this channel. The hosts have arrived at the Maracanã, the venue they dream of playing in their own World Cup final in 2 games' time. As the competition gets harder and harder, Dark Horses Greece, who are basically goal machine guns, stand between the Seleção and the World Cup semi-final. 10 years ago, Greece shocked the world by winning the European Championship against Portugal. So they're capable of pulling off upsets. Brazil would be wise not to underestimate that man, Mitroglou, the tournament's top goal scorer. We're underway, quarter-final number 1, Brazil versus Greece. Fernandinho helps it back on to Fred, who's been charged down by Socrates. And the shot is soaked up. Gentle dribble from Karagunis. His pacey ears are behind him. The wisdom isn't though, and Samaras misses. He can't ask for a taller player. The settled in. Thiago Silva gets a glance on it. Danger still alive. Samaras hits the 5, Dani Alves. Up. Neymar and Fred, some nice triangle passing here, and Fred tries to apply the exclamation mark to Brazil's build-up. He goes past Marcelo. Fefesidis. Shut down by David Luiz. Torres trying to surprise Cesar. Alves is Hulk. Excellent save from Canizes. Scored against Cameroon in a similar position, but this was much harder. Alves springs into action. Fred takes on the chest. Slots it past Canizes, and Brazil take the lead. Fred, who is absent by his goal drought, got his first goal against world champions in the previous round. Continues his campaign of making up to do. Second goal with all the Brazilian charm of taking it on the shoulder/chest area. The pectorials lining up with the precision of Fred. That's why he's in the squad. Plenty of space for Neymar. With legs like his, you don't want to give him leaving 3 millimeters of room. Oscar and Hulk getting their bootlaces tangled up. And Fred releases a scrappy strike in the end. Carnizes juggles it. That's a good ball to Fred. Neymar pretty much passes it to the keeper. Oscar into the feet of Neymar. Hulk. Neymar carries on his run into the middle, but Hulk goes to plan B. And it's another powerful effort from Hulk. Carnizes had him well scouted. Ronaldinho supposed to play to Dani Alves. He fancies a go from effort and the keeper can't hold it like it's too hot. It's like a meteorite burning the gloves of Carnizes. Ziolis at the 16-minute mark. Kone is brought down by Mykle in an arousing area. Kone for the free kick, and that's his second of the tournament. From the dead ball situation, Greece's guns have been jammed for the majority of the game, and he finally let a live round off in what a round. Bullseye from Panathinaikos Kone. Neymar as Brazil try and rescue the lead with Oscar. Parried over by Carnizes. The higher the strike, the better for the keeper. Neymar whips it in. And Oscar has tipped over again. Just over 15 minutes left. Boys, extra time is on the menu for the second time for both nations, and Neymar has every Brazilian's fingernails in their mouths. Neymar squares it to William. It's back to Neymar. He's really lacking the power this afternoon. Carnizes comes to clear, and we will have an extra 30 minutes of football. It's looking to be a World Cup triathlon for Brazil and Greece. Extra time for both nations for the second game in a row. Hulk. Oscar, Neymar carries on behind him. It's as if Neymar's magic has been leaving his feet since the second group stage game. Hulk waiting for support from Oscar. Neymar in a very tempting piece of space. Neymar finally finds his mojo. Lesson learned. Never write off Neymar. And the blonde bombshell has answered the call of his teammates and has fired them back into lead himself. 2 games back to back without a goal. Greece hasn't scored this few goals since the opening game against Colombia. And Hulk was on the verge of handing them their heaviest deficit. Smitroglu, tournament's top goal scorer, and is the quietest man on field so far today. And Kone give Greece another treat. Oh, he's just hit the crossbar. It's actually a save. Perfectly timed run from Hulk to make it 3-1 to Brazil. Privilege postponed by Carnizes. Galgunis, Mitroglu misses, Ziolis, and he misses too. Flashy play from Neymar to line it up for Oscar. Lands in the lap of William. He skies it from 7 yards. Hulk, Mykle, and Brazil have 1 minute left of extra time. And they're in the Greek half. Oscar to Neymar. Couldn't put the Greeks out of their misery. Brazil have sealed their spot in the semi-finals. France faced Portugal in Fortaleza. The last time these two sides met in the World Cup was in 2006, when the ageing stars led by Zinedine Zidane stepped over the then golden generation, the rising stars of Portugal in Munich. Tonight perhaps it's the other way round, France's golden generation of blossoming. But don't be deceived by Portugal's veterans, they're getting the job done here in Brazil. Nani has a head start on his United teammate Evra. Helder Postiga smashes the crossbar. And there's the first warning shot fired at the French. Ronaldo keeping the play alive. Veloso back to the captain. Postiga is the target again and again. The crossbar is the other target. Exciting stuff here in Fortaleza. Helder Postiga hitting the crossbar twice in the same Portuguese attack. Veloso passes it forward to Morelos. It's suppressed and it's a corner to the Portuguese. Bucci. Matuidi whips one in. It's an unorthodox save from Patricio. And Griezmann is unable to carry it over the line. Some stubborn defending from Portugal. Very fortunate block from Veloso. I don't think he realised where he was. Bryanart. Nice bit of space to whip one in. Benzema on the volley but not on the money. Martinez just dispossessed by Pogba. And Benzema is free. One-on-one with Patricio. Benzema fires it straight at the keeper. Tweedy releases it just before it can be brought down. The referee hasn't forgotten. Bryanart! It's a goal to France. They take lead just as they did in Munich. 8 years ago, it's not from the penalty spot, but it is from a dead ball situation. Mykle dipping it over Portugal's wall and into the net. On ball from Dubai. Almeida doesn't do his job properly. Griezmann, great hand from Patricio. France are truly warming up now. Griezmann and Pepe racing for that ball. And it's been converted! It's an own goal, and I think it's Bruno Alves. Portugal have dug themselves deeper into a bugger of a hole. And it's thanks to Bruno Alves. Very cagey defending. It first appeared to be a brace from Mykle Valbuena. And Valbuena's at the far post. And he still can't get near the ball. Trial to help Portugal back in this with a good cross. And it wasn't bad, but Nani didn't do anything with it. Pogba collects the deflection. Good save from Patricio again. Quintrell shut down by Bryanart. Quintrell knocks it back in. Postiga back to Ronaldo. Game on the hour mark. It's a third goal for Cristiano Ronaldo, and him and Hella Postiga link up, just as they did against Algeria. Great wherewithal from Hella Postiga to realise he was never going to score from that kind of angle, and he had no choice but to play it back into the mixer. Ronaldo wiped out this Cristiano country, thanks to Varane's booking. Ronaldo hits the wall, nothing to see here. Tries to cut inside. Ventura. It's back to Ronaldo. Postiga doesn't quite catch it. And he's offside anyway. And I think he strikes him on the arm nonetheless. Almeida. Well spotted for Raul Morelos. Punched away for a corner by Luis. Just over 20 minutes left. And Almeida's reset the scoreline. Beautiful cross from Fabio Quintrell. Back to where we started. Portugal slipped heavily on that French ice. And we're buried in the snow after the second goal. And now Hugo Almeida arrives with a shovel to rescue the silly shot. Almeida out wide to Amorim. Nani. He's got the entire right flank to himself. Nani into the area for Ronaldo. Morelos on the volley. And the game has swung back in Portugal's favour. And France, like Brazil, will go into extra time for the second time. And it's a first for Portugal. Benzema drills it low on very, very hard. It zipped across the surface of Patricio's goal. Nani sprinting to catch up. Saka going to get close. Nani is punched away by Luis. One last chance for Nani. Almeida. And the other head kick is thwarted by Varane. Quintrell bends one in. Oh, that's helped over. Coutinho has found Almeida. Excellent tackle, but no penalty. Definitely no penalty. Sako gets the ball expertly. Benzema. Well, a chance for Benzema. Remy just misses it. Rishi beats Ronaldo to it. And for the first time in this World Cup, we will have a penalty shootout. Loic Remy, the first to take the long walk up to the 12-yard spot, is down to the substitute to set the momentum for the French. Remy, perfect penalty. 1-0 to France. Here is Captain Fantastic. Cristiano Ronaldo, does he score? Of course he does. Just narrowly though. It's Karim Benzema. Benzema is saved by Patricio. And he put your house on Benzema to score. Nani versus Luis. And Nani makes Benzema feel a lot better because he couldn't even hit the target. Bryanart scored from a free kick, but he can't score from the penalty spot. Another superb save. Hugo Almeida. Oh, he's the reason why we're here. Here's equaliser. Complimented from his goal from the penalty spot. Schneidlin. Cool and collected. France are still alive. Morales can put Portugal closer to the semi-final. If he scores, he does. Straight down the middle from Raul Morales. Rio Maviba has to score to keep France in this penalty shootout. And he misses, and they are out. Portugal face Brazil in the Seleção showdown in the first semi-final. The last time the Netherlands and Italy collided in a World Cup knockout fixture was 36 years ago in 1978, and that was in South America too. And the Dutch would go on to progress to that ill-fated final in Buenos Aires. The Italians have enjoyed an international resurgence over the last 2 years. Let's see if they can keep it up against the Netherlands. Schneider testing out Buffon with a long pass into his hands. Pirlo knocks it over for Verratti, who finds Balotelli. He can't orient his body in time. Schneider just waiting for Van Persie to emerge. And emerge he does with the first goal. The Netherlands go in front. It's goal number 7 for Robin Van Persie. That puts him on level terms with Kostas Mitroglou, who will no longer contribute to this World Cup. It was a combination of the patience of Wesley Sneijder and the precision of Van Persie. Superbly struck strike from the right foot. Deschillier fighting the will to stay on his feet. Bends one in and then all missed it. Apart from Lorenzo Insigne. Very responsive when replying to messages. 1 minute later, Lorenzo Insigne cancels out Robin Van Persie's opener. And it's a calamity in that Dutch penalty area. Vlaar misses it. Blind goes blind. And Insigne spares him the honour of conceding an own goal and takes the credit for it. What a gentleman. Marco Verratti lumps it in. Knocked on by Bonucci. Good catch from Silicen. Excellent responses. Indies gave it away as complacent. Balotelli literally handed it on the plate. Are the nerves seeping in for the Netherlands? An exhibition of defensive mediocrity. Balotelli shut down by De Jong. Lorenzo is alive. Hits the post and Balotelli. He's not going to miss from 6 inches away from the goal line. Italy have just shattered a shaky Dutch defence. Strangely enough, ever since taking the lead, the Netherlands have been wobbling like a vase on a pedestal. And the Azzurri have just applied that fatal finger poke to shatter it on the floor. Good skill from Van Persie. Here's Jonathan de Guzman. Robin wastes no time in helping it onto Janmaat. Barty and Van Persie clash, and Wesley Sneijder is there for a tapping of his own. And the Dutch are backing it. Cattywampus defending from the Italians will certainly make the Dutch feel better about themselves. We wondered when Wesley Sneijder was going to get his first goal. A much deserved first goal of the World Cup, and there it is. It's hardly the most stylish goal, but a deeply appreciated one nonetheless. Verratti collects it. Verratti! And this young man cannot help himself but cause headaches for any opposition in this tournament. Mykle Verratti has assigned the third quarter final the status of a 5-goal thriller in the first half. Robin just about helps it on to Wesley Sneijder, and Van Persie unable to capitalise on the beautiful free pass from the bold ball carrier. Balotelli dashing away from De Jong on that left-hand flank, squares it to Pirlo, it's back to Verratti. Well scouted save by Cillessen. Pirlo lays it off to Marchisio. Only one option, and that's to strike it with all the might. Another fantastic stop from Cillessen. What a chance. Entered by Pirlo. Verratti is the one to connect. The smallest man in the box. And leeway for dispossessions. Pirlo. And Jonathan de Guzman is just a foot away from equalising. Well, both teams used up all their ammunition in the first half. Balotelli crashes into the street post. Mario Balotelli could have had 3 goals of his own this afternoon. Fur crosses in and it whistles past Iron Robin's scalp. Lons dashing past Insigne. Gets it back. It's ricocheting around that penalty area. Van Persie is played onside. And is the equaliser. 3-3 in this World Cup quarter-final. Robin Van Persie, the hungry orange fox in the box, just as he did against Croatia, capitalised on being in the right place at the right time. It's Giorgio Chiellini failing to clear his lines, and it just lands in the lap of the captain. It's back to De Chilio. Insigne! Oh! It's a wonder strike! Lorenzo Insigne scores Italy's first goal in the game, and that could potentially be the last. If ever a goal was worthy of being the match winner, it's got to be this. Cillessen stands no hope in hell. 40 minutes for the Netherlands to force an equaliser. Cal, Fur, literally no chemistry in that build-up. Bryanart goes down, and the referee awards a free kick. And is that a foul or a dive? Certainly not Chiellini's boot. Or maybe the shoulder into the quad. 8 minutes to go, and the Netherlands need this more than ever. Ah! The game keeps giving us goals. Jonathan de Guzman steps forward in the absence of Wesley Sneijder and defies the requests of Van Persie and Robin to take this free kick, and rightfully so. 4 minutes to go. Does Italy have anything else left up their sleeve? Cassano has shown determination to stay on his feet. De Guzman's corner. Excellent save from Buffon. It's just poked at by Robin Van Persie. And a good clearance from Abate. Another wild World Cup knockout stage game goes to extra time for the 3rd time in a row in the quarterfinals. Abate, it's more like a pass for Cillessen. Lons, Van Persie being pushed out further and further wide. Helped forward by Indy. Dirk Kuyt all in the zone, surrounded by 5 players. No way! Dirk Kuyt with arguably the most flamboyant goal you'll ever see in this World Cup. A gravity-defying lob that made the legendary Buffon look more like Buffoon. Look at the height and the distance this ball gets. A heroic finish. Daniel De Rossi is onside. Jan Martin Vlaar, we're closing that gap. Balotelli! He gets his brace, and arguably the most important one of his career. Yet another bullet expelled from the chamber of the Azzurri. It's the perfect hit. It's launched long for one more chance for the Netherlands. Abate clears away. And the final whistle goes. And for the second game in a row, we will have penalties. With 10 goals scored from open play, I've got a feeling this is going to be a long penalty shootout. Shouldn't be too many misses from 12 yards out. Jermaine Lons to fire the first in the duel between the Netherlands and Italy. And Lons doesn't even hit the target. Not the start the Dutch needed. They never have luck on these penalty shootouts. Balotelli. Ah! Cancelled out by Silerson. 2 goals in open play for Balotelli. And can't find the goal from the spot. Robin! It's another save. And this time Buffon gets his first of the shootout. Antonio Cassano to give us our first goal of the shootout. Would you believe it? 10 goals from open play. And both teams have used up all their ammo. And Percy! It's another save. At this rate, these first 5 penalties are going to be more like sudden death. And Antonio Candreva break the streak. And there's the first goal. And that puts the Italians in a very promising position. Leroy Fer has to score to keep it going, and he does. What a remarkable penalty shootout. Marco Verratti converts, and now is Italy's penalty shootout to lose. Jonathan de Guzman, he's the man, the reason why we went to extra time. And if he misses, it's all over. De Guzman versus Buffon, and Buffon trumps him. Italy eliminate the Netherlands. They go through to the World Cup semi-finals. In 1986, Argentina beats Belgium's golden generation in the World Cup semi-final. And now literally a whole another generation later, Argentina will collide with another golden generation of Belgian Red Devils. Belgium are the only team in the knockout stages to have a 100% record in this World Cup. Kevin Morales giving Garay a run for his money. Hazard's in the middle and scores with his first touch. 10 minutes into the game and Belgium have their dream start against Argentina. It felt like it wasn't the cleanest of crosses from Kevin Morales. Seemed to roll into the area in slow motion. But Eden Hazard picks his spot and makes it count. The company surging forward. He's been watching a few Lucio tapes. Hazard goes down and there's no penalty. Zabaleta to Messi, Gargo, back to the captain. And it's too high for even Higuain. Higuain. Messi. Good vision to spot Aguero. He's tussling for position with Alderweireld. Aguero into the centre to Messi, blasts it straight at Courtois. It's Lionel Messi again. Cuts inside Vertonghen and Vermaelen. And that was a trademark Messi move. Good reflexes at the near post from Courtois. Largo battles Zabaleta. Floats into the gloves of the keeper. De Bruyne gets it back from Fellaini. Kevin De Bruyne. He's gone in for the second. And it's the unfortunate honour of Marcus Rojo who gives Belgium the cushion. Here in Salvador, he's like a child who fears his first header, turns his face away from the cross. What was he thinking? It's a good pass to Di Maria. Vermaelen brings him down as he gets the shot off. Is that a penalty? You decide. Right, lunges and misses completely. De Bruyne almost puts them into a far-away third. It's a good stop from Romero. De Bruyne's corner. Belgium looking to kill this game before the half ends. Hazard to 2 players to block that one. Morales has been in frightful form. He's coming back in on the right-hand side. De Bruyne. Oh my God! What a goal! And Argentina are dead and buried. As soon as the second half has started, the game is practically finished. Kevin De Bruyne is becoming the MVP of the 2014 World Cup. So uncharacteristic. Pass back from Company. And Higuain still fails to score. Probably make Mario Balotelli feel better about himself. Messi here has just over 40 minutes to guide his team back in this. Lands at the feet of Lavezzi, who can't react in time. Here's Di Maria, who feds it through to Lavezzi. Off the post! And it's Courtois' head that prevents the follow-up from Lavezzi. Gargo takes a touch away from Mykle. Lavezzi again! The Belgians have a force field around their goal, it seems. Mascherano gets it back. He's pushed aside by Courtois. Argentina are coming, they could have had 5 goals by now. Riggy tries to help that onto Hazard. Gargo pips whistle to it. Now the Bells gave it back to the Argentines. Higuain spots the continued persistence of Gargo. And Courtois stands his ground. Gargo can't find the empty net. In fact, he flirts with the wrong side of it. Belgians on another counter. Gouai's missed it. And as if he needed any further proof of who was going to meet the Italians in the semi-finals, Divock Origi provides another counter-argument why the Red Devils are on the way to poke the Azzurri with their horns. Looks like Belgium aren't finished yet. Do they have one more show left in their bag of tricks? Thankfully for the Alba Celeste, it's all over. They are out of the World Cup. Well, there was some thrilling variation in those quarter-final fixtures, wasn't there? And I expected a little bit more from Holland and Italy, to be honest. Still, we got our first thrilling and diverse penalty shootouts. The Flying Dutchman, Robin van Persie, has at last surpassed Mitroglou. And here is the final 4. A rather strong quartet. Brazil versus Portugal in the derby in Belo Horizonte. And Italy will face Belgium in Sao Paulo. So, PES fans, did your country make the final 4? Which of those quarterfinals was your favourite? And did those penalty shootouts keep you on the edge of your seat? Let's get those semi-final predictions in the comments box below. And who you think is winning the 2014 World Cup?